YouTube. Let me go ahead and hit record. And we're recording now. We're live on YouTube and we are officially recording. Chip, we are back. After a little bit of a break here, the Go team is back. For our loyal listeners out there, y'all know that the Go team has been a on and off podcast for the last 5 years, 6 years more. I think 7 years technically, Chip. Me and Zombie Bob did a lot, I think in 2018 and 19. But we've been mostly off lately. The reason we are back is because Chip stepped into a little bit of a quagmire last week with the LSU media. Kind of LSU media pushed back at him, felt like he stepped out of bounds, stepped over the line. Tell us a little bit about what happened with all that, Chip.
Well, actually, my buddy was getting attacked, Mike. So I stepped in and helped him because no one else was. So he he actually all he said was it's not good, regardless if he comes back, if Nussmeier comes back in 2 days or 2 weeks or misses the first two games or doesn't miss anything. It's going to be a lingering issue all year. Well, maybe not all year, but for a little while, right? I mean, it's an injury regardless. And
I,
he was just wanting a little bit of clarity on the injury, which obviously the Baton Rouge media does not have to give us. So, but I mean, to
well,
act like it's just all good, and then it was ex LSU football player that's in the media, and I mean, he's a legend. Uh, I don't think he's that great at media, but
and we're not going to take shots at anybody
no,
here.
no, 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 not taking shots. I'm not even gonna mention the name, but yeah, he was just. It's okay to be worried. I mean, because look at the past, you know. I mean, look at Leonard Fournette in 2016, Darius Geis in two. Hey, they were fine. 2017, Darius Geis, nothing to see here. They're okay, and all of a sudden they're a shell of what they were. I mean, they still had decent numbers, but Leonard Fournette was not 2015 Leonard Fournette. Darius Geis was not 2016 guys.
I think this
Yeah.
is like a broader question and like what me and your frustration, speaking for you here, Chip, our frustration is like the Baton Rouge media has kind of lost like what their purpose is. Obviously it's not in Brian Kelly and LSU football's it's not in their best interest to put out the truth. The truth is that Nussmeier hurt his knee and it could be a lingering issue. the what I understand why LSU doesn't want to put that information out there. My frustration is the Baton Rouge media. Why don't we question some of this stuff? Isn't it your job to tell us, the fans, what really is going on? Because Brian Kelly, like, let's say it was worse than whatever it was, tendonitis. Let's say it was worse. He doesn't want Clemson to know that. So I understand where he's coming from. You
Mhm.
know, he lied to the media just the other day. He said that it was a re-aggravation of a surgery that Nussmeier had. It wasn't until I watched Tiger Bait, their post-practice report, that they said it was his left knee and that he had surgery on his right knee in the offseason. So Brian Kelly was out and out lying to the media, which I understand why he was. I'm not faulting him for that, but it's so hard to find the real stories as a fan. I get frustrated because it's like this new age of LSU media. It's like they just want to rubber stamp and be friends with LSU coaches and staff instead of giving the fans the real information. Isn't that what their role is, Chip?
Yeah, absolutely. What I would say about all that, so I'm a big fan of the media. Like those were my heroes growing up. I mean, I love football, but my heroes were Jim Hawthorne, uh, Munson from Georgia. You know, I know they're not media members, but they're radio guys. Hannah Griff, and Richard Condon. Those were the guys I liked, and I thought they were real, And I mean, Hannah Griff's still on the beat, right? I guess they say.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
is.
there was just I just even I felt like it. Uh, Matt Moscona has been real at times. He has. I think he has been. He's been great. I mean, he called out Ed Ogeron. And I agree with him at 100% on that stuff. I didn't feel like he was real about the basketball thing this year, and I feel like he's off on this. And I, I don't know if he was calling out the fans for being idiots, but they've been bitten before. It's okay for them to be, a little bit of have a little bit of PTSD from it, right?
Yeah, I
And
feel like
and to
Matt Moscona. I feel like Matt Moscona 3, 4 years ago calls this out, but I feel like there's been a change in Matt Moscona in the last 3 years. Since the new regime, the new at LSU.
well, I'm with him. I mean, I don't think Kelly's as bad as they make him out to be. So I'm with Matt on that.
Well, I'm just
But
talking purely in his objectiveness in covering LSU sports. He feels like he toes the company line with this regime. And I'm not just talking Brian Kelly, obviously Scott Woodward.
yeah, I
Uh
think it's more Scott Woodward than it is the
yeah.
football regime. Um,
Well, that's why he defends the basketball program that is indefensible to defend, you know.
yeah. Well, that's another topic for another day, right?
Yes.
Um, but yeah, they got a job to do, and I will say I'll give kudos to Tiger Bait. They've been really real. I try to listen to everybody. Um, there's been some shills though, but I'd say Sanji and look, they're professionals. We're not. I'm not gonna. Their job isn't easy, but
And we're not going to pretend to be professionals here.
no,
We're
we're basic as hell. But
we're two 40-year-old guys that just want to have conversations about LSU football. Our opinions aren't going to always agree.
no,
We might fight every so often over some of our opinions, but that's what being a fan is all about. And so our podcast is just to talk about these things and what we think is going on. And we're not going to toe the company line here because it's not, I don't believe, wouldn't you say it's true, Chip, that it's not in the LSU football, it's not in Brian Kelly's best interest to tell the truth. So we're not going to believe that he's telling us the truth all the time. I'm not naive. Like you said, I remember when Leonard Fournette had a mild ankle injury in fall camp, and it lingered the entire season.
yeah, high ankle sprain. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
terrible. Same thing. The guys. I think his was a high ankle sprain too.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I knew then it was going to linger, and I knew on both of them, and I knew I think Nussels will linger too. He's not going to be 100% to game one probably, and I won't even until I watch the game and he's throwing 300 plus yards, doing what he did last year for the most part. Then I'm not going to be. I'm going to be skeptical. Skeptical.
So let's talk about that. Segue here. How do we feel? And guys, if you're watching, like and subscribe our YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since we've been up, but we're gonna make this a regular thing, man. We're both two 40-year-old guys. Our schedules have been crazy the last few years, but I told Chip, once the kids are down, they're settled at night,
Hmm.
we can do this. So it might be 8:30 we go live, it might be 9 o'clock we go live, but we're gonna try to do this at least every night, weekdays. Obviously, probably not Friday and Saturday nights because nobody will be listening. So go
Mhm.
ahead, like and subscribe so that you'll get our content. But segue, um, Nussmeyer, do we feel? I mean, they're downplaying it, but he's limping at practice yesterday. So does he need a practice right now? Because you have 3 weeks, or do you sit him for I mean, we don't obviously we don't know, but I do think that there's been this pushback with the media and with LSU. Brian Kelly made the comments that everybody needs to calm down. Are we rushing him back to practice and he's out there limping and possibly re-aggravating it instead of just shutting him down for a couple weeks and then because you have 3 weeks till you play Clemson? What do you think?
I mean, you have new wide receivers, you have a pretty much a new O line, you're a new center. So I feel like you got to build some continuity. So I don't know if there's a right answer. I know that's kind of a lame answer, but
It's the right answer because we don't know.
you damned if you do, damned if you don't, I feel like at this point. I mean, you want him to be as close to 100% as possible. So I yeah, rest him for a little while. I mean, maybe at least but I don't know if that's what's going to help this issue. You know, I don't, I mean, I think he would need a long rest if you know what I'm saying. And I don't, he's not going to do that. He's a tough kid. He's going to play at 70 if he has to, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
that's where it's on the training staff, on the coaches, and
yeah,
obviously, I think you probably Googled it too. I Googled tendonitis and how long the recovery time was, and it said it varies, but everything I read said it could be a lingering issue, and so that's my
yeah.
concern.
Was it, who's the white running back for San Francisco? Why is my mind?
McCaffrey missed most of the season 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, with tendonitis. I mean, but that, yeah, that guy's had some pretty horrible injuries.
Yeah,
So it might be that might make it. But
and he's a
no,
running back versus a
yeah,
quarterback.
I had forgotten that Nuss had surgery on one of them. I don't
I didn't know that
I didn't
until
remember that. Yeah,
it was an off-season surgery to help relieve swelling in his knee. Uh so
maybe something that happened in high school and then it lingered. Well, that should tell you it's probably here to stay for a little while. Not that he won't get to 100%, but yeah, you know
yeah, he took a
it.
lot of shots to his legs last year. And so I think it was just some off-season. They have so many crazy surgeries these days
Yeah,
where they're going in and just,
yeah,
basically instead of a guy having to rehab for 3 months, they can go in, do a surgery and
he can miss a week.
yeah,
Ty
do a quick fix.
yeah,
Obviously, I'm not a doctor here. I'm just
yeah.
giving you layman's terms.
Just from
So
what we've seen the past few years, the medical world is definitely I mean, an ACL used to put you out for almost your whole career, right?
yeah.
Now
And
it's a 4 month thing sometimes now.
and then you listen to some of these other podcasts with these former NFL college players, and they talk about all these surgeries that they've had.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to coach with former NFL Saints offensive lineman Jim Dombrowski, and he said he had an injury-free career. He used to always joke because I don't think he missed more than like a handful of games, but he had 12 surgeries
Hmm.
in his 10-year NFL career. Just
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Oh yeah. No lineman's knees and head, man.
Yeah.
That's I mean
It was
that
his
is
ankle.
yeah. Legs or lower body, I should say, not knees.
That was
Yeah, that's
extremities.
crazy. Those guys are especially back in the 80s, you know? I mean, those guys are hard.
Yeah. So with Nussmeyer, we don't know, but it could be a lingering issue. But
That's all I think. I I obviously, like you said, not in the best interest, but let's not act like it's not a big deal. It's a big deal.
exactly.
It's a
It's a
big
big
deal.
deal. It's a big deal when your quarterback is injured in fall camp. Because I
Yeah.
made a big deal. I gotta own this. A week or two ago when Lagway was hurt, the first week of camp for Florida, I
Hmm.
made a big deal out of that. We weren't recording at the time, but I said, "Oh, here's Lagway hurt again." I feel a lot better about our September 13th game.
It is gonna be, it's gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
It's gonna
So you
hurt them.
can't. So LSU fans, you can't have it both ways. You can't
Yeah.
celebrate and think it benefits us playing Florida early that Lagway's banged up in camp, and then don't think that Nussmeyer being banged up doesn't hurt us in
It's
camp.
never good for your starting quarterback to be banged up.
Which we can talk
There you
about
go.
on we could talk about this in another episode, maybe
Hmm.
tomorrow night, about the fact that we're playing Clemson week 1 and how awful it is. And I get it, we scheduled the game years ago.
I
And
don't
I
think
was
it was that long ago, though. I want to say this is like 2021.
But
20,
the 12 team college football playoff has changed things. And there's no need to play these games anymore.
well, I didn't think there was any need to play him at 4.
I was all for this instead of, remember, wasn't
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to,
yeah. Better than better than the neutral sites for sure.
we were
Uh,
supposed to play Rice at NRG Stadium. Is that one still on the books?
I don't know. Is that would be? I think I'd have to look at it. No, I don't think so. Maybe.
I think that
Was
got
it like
lost.
28, 29, or was
I
that
thought that,
supposed to be?
or was that supposed to be a COVID game that got lost because of COVID?
No, it was a COVID game. It's down
Well,
the
who are
road.
we all right, in 2020.
SMU, you're playing them soon,
No,
and
we
I
were
don't.
supposed to play Texas, but we were playing Texas at home. I think it was
Yeah, but
2020.
now it's changed to SMU. We're playing SMU at some
No,
point
no,
the
no, but
next.
go back 2020. We were because
We
we
were
always
supposed to play
do
Texas. We were supposed to get our game from
at Texas at
Texas.
home. We don't do 8 home games.
Yeah,
So where was the away game supposed to be?
maybe that was a Rice game. I don't.
I think that was the Rice at NRG in Houston, obviously.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be.
but I think
I
we lost that game because of COVID. I think
I don't think so, but maybe it don't matter.
we'll have to check that and come back tomorrow night. But anyway,
Um, yeah.
um, how about another media coverage thing? I had to do some real digging to find the details on the whole JT Lindsay situation. So do you know that the murder happened in May? It was a
Hmm.
high school. It was everybody that we're talking about here in this scenario all went to the same high school in Alexandria. So the
Hmm.
kid that was murdered went to Alexandria High, was classmates with JT Lindsay, and the two suspects also went to Alexandria High. The murder happened in May. They've been wanted for 2 months, and JT Lindsay allowed these two guys to stay in his dorm room for 2 weeks, not one night, for 2 weeks. So, needless to say, I think he's done.
As Tim Dillon says, not good.
That is good. Not good, because at first, when the story first came out, I was thinking, well, maybe it was just a night. Maybe he didn't know.
Well, it
Like,
was like what? It was only like 2 nights, right?
no, it's 2 weeks.
Oh, it was 2 weeks. I thought I heard it was only like 2 nights a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's what I originally heard too. But no, they arrested the guys on LSU's campus.
Oh, jeez,
So like they'd been there for, I'm laughing, but I shouldn't laugh. But they've been
it's
there
horrible.
for, it's horrible, but they've been there for 2 weeks. And so they weren't going anywhere.
Mm,
Obviously, I mean, if let's just say our high school experience, if somebody we went to high school with got murdered, we'd know. And if
dude,
somebody we went to high school was wanted for that murder, we'd know.
to this day, and we graduated in 2004.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt. And
absolutely.
when you're 18 and social media is everywhere,
Yeah, it's that's
everybody
crazy.
knows.
So these guys' names were put out by hey, look, keep an eye on for out for these guys. They're wanted.
Yes, in May. The murder happened in May. They've been wanted for over 2 months.
It's depressing, so I try to stay away from it. It's just it's sad on all parts, and you wish you would have made better choices. I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks because that's a
I'm not gonna comment on why it happens because it's all opinion anyways, and
well,
it's
he didn't.
just
It
the world.
sucks because obviously JT Lindsay didn't murder anybody. You
No,
know, he
no,
just his two well, let's say his two friends did. Obviously, everybody's innocent until proven guilty,
yeah.
but his two friends may or may not have murdered somebody, and but that's his friends, and he let them stay with him. But now his football career is pretty much ruined. I don't.
I mean, I just like, and I was a dumbass at that age, but I don't think I would have did that.
Well, you just don't know, man.
No, I don't know. I was never put in that situation. You're right. Uh, I am loyal, but I don't know. That's a lot, man. His friends are messed up for wanting to do that to him, and then also I don't think it was smart. I mean, you make bad decisions when you're that age, but think of how many people's lives he put in danger for that. And if there's true that there were guns in there, I
Yeah, there was
mean,
also they found 3 guns. They don't know if they're the murder weapons or not, obviously. I doubt they are. If those kids were on the lam for two
yeah. And
months.
look, I don't have any problem with people having guns. I think that's
Yeah.
great. I'm all for that. And but with two possible murder suspects living with you. It's not good.
Not good. Tim
Not
Dillon
good.
said.
Not good.
Again, like and subscribe to the YouTube feed here. We're going to be posting this on iTunes, Spotify, all that later tonight too. But YouTube is obviously how you can watch it live and interact. Um, how does Lindsey affect? How does his absence affect that? Now we only have three scholarship running backs.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it can't be. It's gonna hurt. I mean, the depth. I heard someone today go, "Oh, well, what do you think about this walk-on running back?" It's like we're not doing that again. Let's please. Let's just. I don't know. I don't know what you could do. Can you go to the portal right now or no? Could
I
someone co could someone come out? Can you convince someone? I mean, I don't know if anybody would do it to be the the third or fourth string running back, but
You
I
pay
mean,
somebody enough, you could get somebody right now because school
yeah,
hasn't started yet.
I've heard another media person say you can't do that. I feel like I've seen it, so I don't believe that.
No,
Unless the rules have changed in the last year.
the rules have changed, but are they
Yeah.
binding is the million-dollar question. Because they
Okay.
just
Okay. Because I with the Clemson quarterback did it what? Well, I guess no. I guess he did it and then sat out. I don't know. Maybe you can't do it. I don't know. But that's not. I have no idea the rules, and it wouldn't surprise me if you could do it. Wouldn't surprise me if you can't. But
I
I
feel
mean,
like players have transferred in fall camp and gone somewhere else, but usually it's like a step down they usually go to, so it's not a big deal.
I feel like though in the early 2000s, man, you only had two or three running backs, and I know it's a different type of football game now, but I feel like they were had more wear and tear on them back then. I don't,
So to
I don't know
answer
if
the
it's as big as a deal as they claim it is, but I guess it is. I guess because you put the what's his name what's the kid that originally committed to Colorado? That's the third string the Wildcat quarterback.
Juwan Johnson.
Just put him back there. I mean, he wasn't bad at it anyways. I mean, he might even be better than Lindsey. And I do think Lindsey would have been a stud probably. But I mean, just I mean, you can put Jawan Johnson back there, and I don't want to put a walk on. I don't care if he's Josh Williams esque. I don't want to do that again. And
Well, what I want to see is I want to see Xavier Thomas in the backfield.
yeah, I mean, you got him. I heard they were also putting 17 in the backfield.
I saw that too. Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for the gadget guys. I think
I think Xavion's is a proven SEC commodity. He's a little bit thicker than Watkins. He's a little bit thicker than I think he's even kind of thicker than Jawan Johnson. And so like he could kind of handle a little bit more wear and tear. And he kind of plays the same position as Aaron Anderson. So like by getting him in the backfield, it kind of allows you to have both those guys on the field at the same time. Imagine those two in the backfield at the same time. You could create uh mismatch nightmares for the defense for
I
everybody
mean,
if you put
he
those two
looks like
back
a
there.
running back, doesn't he? He's built like a
Yeah.
running back. You know who else looks like a running back is the kid from Carr, the freshman. That guy looks like a beast, man. That dude looks like
Oh, man, child. You
yeah.
know
What's
I'm
his, he is
you
he's a beast. I
Teron
love that guy.
Francis. You know
That
I'm
dude
a
could looks like
fan.
that dude looks like he could be in the backfield. I mean, but
Yes.
and I think you know those Carr kids will do anything to those kids are
Reminder,
hard. Those kids are tough
reminder.
as hell. What's
Joe
up?
Brady put Jamar Chase in the backfield.
Yeah, and he was built like a running back. What was he,
Yeah.
5'11"? Like, yeah. I mean,
You
he
can
didn't do
do
it
it.
much, but it was a little wrinkle you had to prepare for.
Yeah, they spread what Joe Brady did was he spread Clyde Edwards-Helaire out wide and
Moved him up. Yeah, he came on motion, went to the backfield, and
then you've got a linebacker on Jamar Chase.
yeah.
And they also put Thaddeus Moss out wide when they did that too. It
Yeah.
just creates mismatches, and that's the thing. We don't have time tonight to get into all that. We got all week. We could talk about LSU running game and some of the like little creative things like that that could help the O line
I
moving
think
forward.
I think it's more of an issue down the line that it sucks.
Yeah,
You know, it's more because I think JT Lindsay probably would have is a good back. I mean, I've seen he looked pretty good in his highlights. You know, I mean, he's scholarships from everywhere. You know, it sucks. I think his career is probably going to be done.
yeah.
Um,
At least at LSU. I mean, Southern just
Yeah,
probably opened up a new spot for running back, but
good for Southern. Uh, uh,
yes, because it is a university policy. According to the Advocate, I read this morning, it is a university policy that prohibits him from. So it's not a Brian Kelly decision. It is a university policy.
yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things. Is it going to get done quick, or is it going to? I mean, we just saw one linger on for 2 years. It's not even done yet. And
And that's why I bring up the,
another kid that put himself in a horrible situation. I mean, it like
yeah.
it is
And
what it
that
is.
and that's why I brought up the university policy part
Yeah.
because it has to go the matter has to be finished legally and that stuff can take years.
Yep.
And I don't think LSU is going to sit around and wait for a guy that's never played a down,
Yeah.
especially in the day and age of the transfer
Yeah.
portal and NIL. You're not going to wait for a guy for 3 years.
Yeah. You're only as good as your last day. So,
Yeah.
in his last day, he was fortunately accused of harboring two murderers in his dorm room apartment.
Potential murderers.
Yeah.
Potential.
Sure.
uh speaking
Maybe.
of
But
speaking of
another topic. It sucks all around.
Yeah, so we mentioned Aaron Anderson there briefly. What is Aaron Anderson's situation?
It's a lingering issue, obviously. It's to act like it's, I mean, I think that's a kid you think you can rest. He's built stuff with Nuss. I mean, you know what you got with him. I don't think him resting is a big deal. I mean, he's been hurt before in that same area, so I believe that he retweaked it or something. Who knows? I hope that's all it is. Um, I think that's all it is, and I think it's a little worse than they even say it is with his injury as well. And
I'm gonna go QAnon here, okay? Can I go conspiracy theorist?
you think he's upset that he's not?
I don't know what's going on, but I think it's more that he sat out of practice, but there's bigger things here. Okay. I got my season tickets in the mail the other day, just on Friday. Why is Chris Hilton on a ticket and why is Aaron Anderson not on a ticket? Because which one was the better receiver last year? Aaron
Aaron
Anderson.
Anderson is one of the
Who's on the
better.
Blitnikoff watch list? Aaron Anderson. And also, SEC Media Days, why did we take Chris Hilton instead of Aaron Anderson? And don't tell me he's a better interview because Chris Hilton's interviews, not that they were terrible, they weren't good. It wasn't like he was a soundbite machine. You could have brought anybody. You could have brought Harold Perkins. Um, but I
I mean, they brought him last year. That's why they didn't bring Harold Perkins. Uh,
so
and I would
why
guess,
is Aaron Anderson getting the
I would guess
shaft?
Harold Perkins is a humble kid and was like, probably like, I don't want to go again, because he seems pretty humble. Do I?
I don't know
Why?
about
I
that.
don't know.
I'm not saying the humble thing. He's majoring in mass comm and he's very Harold Perkins is very committed to working for ESPN after.
Yeah,
Uh
he's a smart person for sure.
so that going to
And
SEC Media Days only helps that. So even if he is humble.
yeah, he's a team leader. He's a beast. I like Harold Perkins is a good.
But going back to my conspiracy on Aaron
So,
Anderson.
what is your conspiracy? Is he hurt, or is he
I don't know what my
upset,
conspiracy
or is he in trouble? Did he harbor murderers?
I don't
I
I,
mean, like,
I haven't developed this conspiracy theory far enough along yet that I don't really
uh,
know what it is, except that I he's hurt, he's missing time, and he's not on a ticket. And I know Hilton's a senior and Aaron Anderson's a junior, right? But Whit Weeks is on a one of the season tickets. Damian Ramos is on one of the season tickets.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get who knows. You get it in this day and age. I guess it's worrisome. I guess you could kids would get mad about that. I guess I'm sure they'd get a little kickback from that, anyways.
Maybe.
Uh,
When right before Tyron Matthew, and I'm not saying this is what's going to happen with Aaron Anderson, but right before Tyron Matthew got kicked off the team in 2012, like he stopped doing media availability. LSU stopped. They took him out of a highlight video, or maybe it was after he got kicked off. Remember at that lesmiles.net highlight videos?
Well, I remember him like the day before in the Wildcat videos and like him like messing around with Les Miles. So it was kind of shocking to me. I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that one. But because of that,
And
now
again, I haven't
everyone
developed my
now
conspiracy
every
theory.
yeah, now everybody has PTSD from that stuff. And now you're like, oh well, what's the bigger that's why you go on these little conspiracies because it's you've seen it before.
And we
More
don't get the
than
truth. Yeah, we don't get
more
the
than
truth.
more than yeah, and I get why I mean, who knows? Yeah, you're not no one, and obviously whoever's in the know and knows about that isn't letting out the real stuff. I don't know what to say because I don't know anything about that one. I just thought he
Uh,
was hurt, but I
he's probably
agree.
just hurt.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
probably just hurt.
But hey, we're talking about it, so
And
it's
I
fun
just,
to.
I
It's not.
just,
That would suck if he wasn't, because I love that kid. I think he's awesome.
yeah.
He's a dog. He's a dog. He's
And maybe
a.
I'm just, maybe the Chris Hilton hype machine has just, I've been burned by this too many times before. And so
Mhm.
maybe I'm letting that affect me and make me think there's a bigger conspiracy than there really is
When Chris plays, he's good though.
sometimes.
I mean, he didn't play for.
He had one
Uh,
good game against Baylor.
I mean, Oklahoma was a good game too. He scored 2 touchdowns.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and then
But there was a lot of games before that where we forced them the ball and
well, yeah, he wasn't. He obviously wasn't ready, and yeah, I mean, now they're saying it was a break. I mean, but you don't know, I guess.
well, that's
It wasn't
another
a,
thing.
it wasn't a bone bruise like they were claiming it was. If you just would have said he has a hairline fracture, we would understand, you
We should
know.
have led with that story. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the example
It's
from
another
last year.
it's yeah, that's why we're talking about it now because
That's why we refer to it as the LSU sports industrial complex because we don't believe the narratives that are coming out of it.
yeah, it's
And
so strange. And like you remember like early 2000s, like 2001 when Reggie Robinson did something to his neck. I think he break it with his
yeah,
when he was playing with his kid.
yeah.
Yeah, and they came right out with saying, I was your second best wide receiver, third best. I mean, obviously it ended up being Clayton, but you didn't know that then. I mean, but he was great in 2000. So you're like, they just went out and came out and say, I don't know. Nowadays it's like everybody's trying to hide something, And
Well,
I
it's
mean,
that goes back to my original point is the media is not reporting stuff anymore. They're just trying to it's almost like the Baton Rouge media would rather be friends with
yes,
LSU than actually report the truth. Like they want to be in the little social club instead of telling the truth. And gone are the days of Matt Moscona used to be the biggest one at questioning the narrative. He doesn't do it anymore. And even Jordy Collada used to question the narrative, but not nobody. The examples are fewer and far between than it used to
mhm,
be. What we grew up with, you know.
for sure. No, you're
And
right.
and kudos to LSU for tightening up their PR department because for years there we were all LSU was awful at their own in-house PR.
For
So,
sure. Yeah,
but
hurricane.
I just want to know the
Oh,
truth. I just want to know if Nussmeier is going to be 100% ready to go because Chris Hilton had a had a bruise last year and missed half the season.
yeah, and then it didn't look ready. I mean, he was definitely hurt worse than a bone bruise because I don't know.
Well,
Whatever. Hope he has a good year. I think he would have been. I remember you saying after the Wisconsin, he's the next one. So I mean, he
that's
has
why
all
I'm
the ability.
skeptical. Yeah.
He has all the ability, right?
I'm going to close with one last topic. I didn't hit you with this beforehand, so I'm going to hit you off the cuff here. How about the Saints, man? How the
Dude,
quarterbacks look today?
I didn't even really watch it. I forgot about it.
Hey, Tyler Shuck threw two touchdowns,
Well, Lord.
one for the Chargers and one for the Saints.
Hey, okay. I
So he
didn't even
came
know
back.
that.
He threw. So if you didn't watch, he threw a pit. Rattler looked ineffective in the first half, and then
Mhm,
Shuck played halfway through the third quarter. He
mhm.
threw a pick six, awful pick six. And then the next drive, they dialed one up. It was a stutter and go. And it was probably a second or third string corner for the Chargers, and whatever receiver that was for the Saints, I don't even know who it is, beat the shit out of he beat the shit out of that corner and was wide open on a double move. So,
Nice. Well,
but
I mean,
at least they got Shuck's confidence back by dialing that one up. So
shuck. Uh, cool. I mean,
we're not going to
I,
cover a lot of Saints stuff here, but it was relevant to it.
yeah. I mean, I hope they do good. It's good for the city, and it's good for the state of
Hey,
Louisiana. And
I hope they get that first pick and draft Nussmeyer #1. So
yeah, that would be the. I mean, Nuss had a great year, and he stayed healthy. So I
yeah.
think that'd be a win up for both of us, for all of us. But
All
you
right.
know how they are when it comes to drafting LSU players, right?
Yeah. They won't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe Mickey Loomis will get fired. Then it could happen. So, all right,
Cool.
Chip. We're it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Depends on when the kids get to bed. We're a couple just 40-year-old guys now. Uh, sitting on the back patio, Chip in his living room, just living the dream here, talking LSU sports. All right.
Hell yeah.
Peace out.